Welcome, people, to the Champions League review of Match Day 3, where we saw El Clásico put on a footballing masterclass on Der Klassiker. Der Klassiker took the biggest L this week in the Champions League. Liverpool got a win. Dinamo Zagreb got a win. A lot of teams got a win. Stade Brestois are still undefeated in the Champions League. You got to love it, people. Whether you like this new format or not, it is giving a lot of storylines so far this season, and that's what makes it the best competition in the world for club football. If you're watching on replay, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What was the biggest takeaway from this week? Is it Barcelona being imperious? Is it Vinny Jr.? He's definitely going to win the Ballon d'Or. Or is it Arsenal are actually kind of boring? Let's be honest. They're kind of boring. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below if you're watching replay. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Big up to everybody in the chat immediately. Big up to Anthony. Big up to everybody already. Just remember to hit the like button, the most important thing, and share with your buddies. Share with your Bayern fans. We want to see the Bayern tears. We want to see the Dortmund tears. We want to see, if there's any RB Salzburg fans out there, let me hear your tears. I want to hear all the tears, people, as we're going to go through every single game this week. And of course, I was at the game last night between Barcelona and Bayern. Holy crap, what a game it was. Big up to Anthony. Much needed win for my club versus Club Brugge. 100%. Big up JC says, hi, Michael. Have you been to the Camp Nou? Yeah, I have. What was it, like 10 years ago? Yeah, it was 10 years ago at the Camp Nou for Barcelona against Atletico Bilbao. Messi scored a hat-trick that day. But the atmosphere was really good last night. The atmosphere, I was a little bit hesitant because the stadium is crap. Like, if you're just talking about footballing-wise, it's horrendous. I don't know if you see my videos on social media. Remember to follow me on all the socials, people. I didn't get to do really a vlog. I don't really like that vlog aspect of football. I just want to enjoy the atmosphere. And the atmosphere was great, but you just don't feel that sort of, footballing environment there. It's an athletic track. It's the Olympic Stadium. It'll be great. You could not even get with a fishing rod the players. That's how far away they were. But the atmosphere last night, fantastic. Bayern fans, quiet as a mouse. They were so quiet. I cannot wait, though, for the new Camp Nou. That is going to be electric, and they need to get it done ASAP. Big up to Harold. Yeah, great win from Bodo Glimt. Great win for them. Are you going to review? Probably not me high. It's just too much games. There's too many games. I'm surprised how low Barca fans were in the stadium. I can't wait for the new Camp Nou. Yep, it's going to be amazing. Big up 80. How are you all doing? But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, people. Hit the like button on your way in. We're going to talk about every single game. We're not even just going to talk about Barca. We're not just going to talk about Real Madrid. We'll talk about every single game because that's what we do here on the Michael Talks Football channel. That's what we do. So, I don't know what to say with Milan. Milan are just defensively shockingly bad. They are so bad defensively. 1 minute, they look amazing football. The next minute, it's just all over the field. And if you didn't watch this game, Club Brugge could have had 3 goals in the first half if it wasn't for Magic Mike Magnon. He was doing it. He was making moves like Magic Mike from the film. Without him, they would have lost this game. 100%, because Milan, over and over again, these guys are just so bad defensively. There is no structure. It's just vibes football. Ruben Loftus-Cheeks, it's just running out there for no reason. What I need to see from Paulo Fonseca, and yes, they got the win. Of course they got the win because they got quality. Club Brugge, I think they got an unlucky red card. But if you actually watch this game, the biggest takeaway you can come from this is that just play Reinders, just play Fofana, and play Captain America in the 10 role. Then start either Chukwueze or whoever, and Rafael Leao, and then I don't even know at striker. I don't know, because Morata, yeah, cool, he does the defensive work, great, he wins the ball back, but I just don't think it's Morata's time anymore. Come on, man. We got to move on. This is Milan we're talking about. A team that's had Marco van Basten, Shevchenko, all of these glorious players. And now we got Morata? Really? Okay, we move on. But Ryan just gets the 2 goals and then Captain America, of course. Captain America this season. You can make fun of him, say he's a Chick-fil-A merchant, all this sort of stuff. But Christian Pulisic has been the best player for Milan. It's not even a debate. He has been the best player. He is performing every single game, small game, big game, that game, Champions League game. He is performing. So I need to see some respect for Captain America because there's been such rhetoric about him. Oh, he flopped at Chelsea. Of course, maybe you could say that, yes, but Chelsea played a crazy amount of fee for him. But Captain America is performing. And he scored a ridiculous goal from the corner. And somehow Club Brugge got back into this game. Even with 10 men, that just shows you, even though Milan won this game, can you still be positive if you're a Milan fan? Yeah, of course. You got the win. It was your first Champions League victory this season, but it's just not good enough. Ryan just gets the 2 goals. The player who made the biggest difference in this game was Chukwueze off the bench. Fonseca made a crazy decision, taking off Rafael Leao, and as soon as he got subbed off, Chukwueze makes the difference, gets the assist to Reinders, and then Reinders gets the second one. But Milan, not a great performance, but I don't really expect anything else because they're just such a hot and cold team. They're going to give you moments of brilliance, and then they're going to give you moments of just putridness. And unless they sack Fonseca, or if he can change his ways, make a little bit of tactical switch, lineup changes, maybe Milan will be good. They got the quality, though. There is no doubt about it. Milan have quality. It's just about piecing it together. And yeah, shout out to Francesco Camarda, who should have scored a goal. VAR, screw you, because we would have had one of the glorious moments in Champions League history. A 16-year-old prodigy kid from the academy almost scored a goal. Was ruled offside, of course, but that would have been such a historic and big moment for Milan, and of course for Camardo, who was just lifted up by all of his teammates. He is going to be a special, special player. I really have nothing to say about Club Brugge. I thought they actually played pretty well until they got the red card. They should have won this game. If we're going to be honest, Club Brugge, you're a little bit more clinical with your chances. Jolis and all these sort of guys, they could have won this. Van Aken, they have a lot of good players, Club Brugge, but they get found out by Milan because Milan just have a better team overall, and they benefited mightily from the red card. Big up Kano Zero. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Don't worry, we're going to talk about it. Big up Zane. How are you doing? First off, Finland getting relegated. Hoiko League Butlers get 2-0 by Mexico, and we beating Liverpool. Other than that, Arsenal are doing good. Screw you, Jeff. Rafinha with the 3-piece on Bayern's head top. We will talk about it. Milan are so bad. They are lucky they don't face Bayern. I think they love to punish teams. We'll talk about Bayern in a moment. It's because we have Emerson. Whatever scout decided to sign Emerson Royal for 15 million at Milan needs to go straight to The Hague. That is one of the worst signs. Again, it was probably like 2 or 3 chances that Club Brugge had in the first half. They all come down the right side of Milan. And who is the right back? Emerson Royal, because he doesn't know what positioning he's doing. He doesn't even know how to read the situation. God, he's so bad. Yep. So far, I feel bad for Camarda. Yep. I heard about Fonseca Camarda years ago, and I'm so happy for him making it. Yeah, Camarda, man, he's the gem for them. He's the gem for them. Liverpool very good. We will talk about that. And our management decided to spend 15 million on Emerson Royal. It's disgraceful. It is disgraceful. Whoever scouted him and the management, they should all go to The Hague for making that move. But a team, can AS Monaco make the quarterfinals this year, people? I think they're first or second in Ligue 1. They might be second, if I'm not mistaken. But these guys look good. They look good. What is that? 7 points so far this Champions League. They obviously beat Barcelona. Obviously, Barcelona got the early red card in that game, but they still won the game. They drew away to Dinamo Zagreb. We'll talk about Dinamo Zagreb later on. And they beat Crvena Zvezda 5-1. They have a lot of good players, and I think we got to give a lot of credit to Adi Hutter, their manager, because he has blended this team very well. Okay, we're going to be defensively solid, and we got a lot of good pieces going for Minamino, Ben Sekir, Akelice, and then obviously whoever's going to be striker. One of these guys, either Embolo, Balogun, George, I can't pronounce the last name of the young French 19-year-old striker they signed from Antwerp. One of those guys just got to take the position. But the two midfielders behind them, Lamine Kamara and Zakaria, this team are just solid all around. And they could be a sneaky team this year, Monaco. Don't be surprised if they make it to the quarterfinal. And the goal that Single scored in this game, he's up there for one of the goals of the season in the Champions League so far, because that rocket, holy cow, top left corner from the center back. Two center backs have scored the goals of the season so far in the Champions League. Strikers, midfielders, shape up. But yeah, overall, Crvena Zvezda, yeah, they benefited from the penalty. And overall, just poor defensively. They're allowing Minamino easy goals. And it was just too comfortable for AS Monaco at the end of the day. And they get the victory. And they just keep on cruising this season. They just got the perfect balance of attacking flair mixed with a defensive steel. And if you combine those, then AS Monaco can definitely go far in this Champions League. And 7 points out of 9, I think that's a pretty good start. Oh, Arsenal. They got a very tough game this weekend, of course, against Liverpool, my side, and they barely beat Shakhtar 1-0. And David Raya made an incredible save at the end of the game. I can't remember which Brazilian it was for Shakhtar, but it was a great save from Raya. But I think the injuries are taking a toll on Arsenal. They're just lacking so much creativity in the midfield. And without Saka, one of those attackers has to step up. And Martinelli, yeah, he got the shot off. It was a crazy own goal by the goalkeeper, Riznik. It was just a sort of flat performance from Arsenal. And it's been sort of flat from them recently. You know, losing to Bournemouth, getting the red card there, then beating Shakhtar 1-0. Is everything okay with Arsenal? Arsenal fans, is everything okay? A win is a win. I hear you. I hear you, Jeff. I hear all Arsenal fans. But it wasn't fantastic. If you're playing against like this Shakhtar team, they can't score to save their lives. They cannot score. I think they have scored 0 goals so far in the Champions League this season. 0-0 away to Bologna. I think they lost 2-0 at home to Atalanta. 1-0 loss here against Arsenal. Shakhtar, they have no attacking threat whatsoever. And yet they still pose a threat to Arsenal at the end. And Arsenal, you know, they're just kind of dragging through the mud right now. They're dragging through the mud, and they just need some creativity. They need to get Ødegaard back immediately. Without Ødegaard, this team in the midfield, Merino, yeah, he's a good box-to-box player. Declan Rice, more of a DM. Porte, more of a DM. So they're just lacking in that department. Luckily, I think Calafiori, he escaped the ACL injury, because that knee, it looks like it buckled big times. But yeah, overall 1-0 victory. They keep on going. Another clean sheet for Arsenal in the Champions League. That's the most important thing, and they get the win. That's the biggest thing you can take away from this. From Cafu to Royal Emerson. My God, what a downgrade that is. Monaco are very difficult. I don't enjoy playing them as a Barca fan. So quick, physical, fast, and very organized. Yep, that is for sure. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. A win is a win. I hear you, Jeff. Mate, injuries effed up our team, but we get the points, and that's all that matters at this point. And the Champions League, that's all that matters, especially in this new format. You just get the victory and move on. It don't matter how you do it, just move on. But the team that are top of the Champions League at the moment, and the job that Unai Emery has done is nothing short of sensational, miraculous, spine-tingling, whatever adjective you want to use. Aston Villa are top of the Champions League. 0 goals conceded. Beat Young Boys 3-0. Beat Bayern 1-0. And now beat Bologna 2-0. Yonduran, my God, what a striker he will be. 20 years old. He was almost a bench player in the MLS Chicago. Whatever scout saw Yonduran at Aston Villa, that scout needs to be tripled his salary at the moment, because his market value is just going up and up and up every single time he steps on the field, because every single time he almost steps on the field nowadays, he's getting a goal. And great play from Aston Villa to get that second goal. First goal, obviously the free kick with John McGinn. A little bit fortunate. The goalkeeper should have really done better there. Skorupski for Bologna. And Bologna, again, it's just another team similar to Shakhtar. They just cannot find the back of the net in the Champions League. They still have scored 0 goals this season. Yes, they have faced some tough opponents. Liverpool, Aston Villa. They obviously drew 0-0 with Shakhtar. But Bologna are just facing the reality that they're missing key players, and those key players left over the summer, and that's hurting Bologna big time. But Aston Villa, you got to give it to them. What Unai Emery has done. This team were struggling in relegation zone when he took over, and the change like that, and now top of the Champions League. I think they still got a couple difficult games. I think they're still playing Juventus, if I'm not mistaken, Aston Villa. But after 3 match days, not many people would have Aston Villa top of the Champions League in their bingo card. But heck, that bingo card is now wrapped up and thrown in the bin because Aston Villa might be changing the narrative. And I think there was this narrative about, okay, how are they going to bounce Champions League and League, as we saw Newcastle last season really struggle with that. Well, I think Unai Emery rotating his side a lot overall. Each game, okay, a couple guys there on the bench, a couple guys into the starting lineup. I think it keeps the squad fresh. And yeah, when you got a player like Jon Duran, yeah, the guy is just unstoppable at the moment. Really, really unstoppable. He's such a good player. I mean, what is the market value right now of Jon Duran in your opinion, people? Is it like 60 million, 70 million? Because remember, he could have went to West Ham for, what was it, 30, 35 million. I think West Ham are regretting it because then they signed Fulkrug for 30 million, which was not a good deal. I could tell you that before, right? Because Fulkrug is getting up in age, and I don't really think the Premier League suits him. Whereas you have Jon Duran, 20 years old. Maybe he turns out good, maybe he turns out bad, but they should have went for him. Aston Villa said, nope, we're not going to sell him. You know who Jon Duran should go to? AC Milan. He should go there ASAP. Yeah, Jon Duran is crazy at the moment. Bro went from Chicago to Birmingham. Also, thank God he went to Villa before Greg Berhalter. Oh, thank God. I cannot believe Chicago Fire decided to hire him. I think Aston Villa will make a deep run like Monaco. Yep, I could say it. 55 million for Duran? Yeah, we'll go. I think 55 million is a good price tag for him at the moment. So Girona got their first victory ever in Europe. Congrats to them. I mean, if you can't beat Slovan Bratislava, liquidate the club and sack Michel immediately, because you better be Slovan Bratislava, because Slovan Bratislava are easily, well, I wouldn't say easily, they're easily bottom 3 worst teams in the Champions League. Respect to Vladimir Weiss Senior and Junior and all these guys, but the Champions League is the Champions League. You just don't have the quality to compete. And right now, Slovan Bratislava are facing the wrath right now as Girona picked up their first ever victory in Europe, and Mikel Gutierrez, that's a left back though. Even though Girona had been struggling this season, and I knew they would because of the amount of pieces they had lost, at least they get a victory, get some confidence going, and that's what they need desperately because this team are struggling for confidence at the moment. But heck, a win is a win, but if you can't beat Slovan Bratislava, I don't even think the Conference League should allow you to compete there. All right, now we go to one of the big games of the week. Real Madrid 5-5, Dortmund 2. Where would you give more credit to? Would you say, okay, good Real Madrid or terrible Dortmund? Which way would you lean towards, people? Because for me, I'm leaning towards more terrible Dortmund, especially in the first half. Dortmund were fantastic. The build-up play, everything about it. Getting those 2 goals in 4 minutes from Gittins and Malen. Girassi was cooking. Obviously, Julian Brandt was looking amazing. And then all of a sudden, it all falls apart again and again. And I don't know what it is with Dortmund. It's just Nuri Sahin is not a good manager. I get he's young and he's very inexperienced, and I can understand that situation, but this is Borussia Dortmund we're talking about here. If you're going to make those decisions and you're going to hire a novice as your manager, you're going to pay the price. And they paid the price big time by conceding 5 goals in the final 30 minutes because of Nuri Sahin's tactics. There is no other way to describe it. If he didn't make those changes and a tactical switch, maybe Dortmund could have gotten a point at least, right? Maybe Real Madrid get 2 late goals in the final 30, maybe final 5 minutes, let's say, something crazy like that. But Nuri Sahin cost his team. He cost his team. Emre Can's work ethic and effort on the field is disgraceful. The guy, I think his contract ends at the end of the season. He should be gone. But as well as Real Madrid played in that second half, the first half, they didn't really create a whole lot. Obviously, they hit that crazy sequence, like the two crossbar, and then Kobo making a great save. But Dortmund did pretty well defensively to nullify them in the first half. And in the second half, it's just like, Dortmund, why would you just allow them all the ball and allow them to constantly go to attack after attack? Eventually, Vinny's going to do something. Eventually, Mbappe's going to do something. You cannot allow those skillful players time on the ball and constantly receiving the ball. Maybe it doesn't work out the first time. All right, let me try a second time. Let me try a third time. And Dortmund, this is on you. Sorry. It's on you and it's on Nuri Sahin for this game. Shout out to Vinny. Great hat trick. I mean, the second and third goal were unbelievable. Just the skill, the shots, everything about it, the pace. Like, he's going to pick up his Ballon d'Or next week, and rightfully so, even though you could say what you want about him and Brazil. But Vinny has just been phenomenal the past year with Real Madrid in the Champions League, La Liga, whatever competition. Vinny steps up for Real. He might not step up for Brazil, but he steps up for Hala Madrid. And Real get a 5-2 victory. They kind of needed a bounce back after losing to Lille. If Real lost this game, then it would have been very interesting to see what happens to Real Madrid for the rest of the season. But they got the victory. That's the most important thing. But my God, for me, it's just all on Dortmund this game. It really is, because I like some of the players. I really like Julian Brandt. I really like Guirassy. I think Guirassy having a great season. He's been a very good signing for them. But it's just when you hire a novice as a manager, and we're going to see this over and over again each week. You're going to have a good performance, and then you're going to have a bad performance. Then you're going to have a good performance, and then you're going to have a bad performance. He will definitely learn from this lesson, Nuri Sahin, but I think it's just time to go. It's time to go. Big up, CJ. Dortmund held 5 while bringing on another defender. It's just disgraceful. Ancelotti pulled a rock eyebrow raise. I can't do the one eyebrow. And Dortmund got scared. He brought out the coffee, the tea, everything about it. I'm not saying Dortmund would beat Madrid, but at least they could draw. Well, they should have at least. And it's hard to feel bad for Dortmund anymore. It is, man. It is. It is. It is. I agree with that. Okay. We're going to check the standings at the end of this video. And remember, everybody, to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. But when it comes to PSG at the moment, Dembele, and I'm sure Barca fans will love to hear this. Dembele has not changed. A leopard doesn't change its spots. And Dembele doesn't change with his atrocious finishing constantly again. If it ain't against Barcelona, Dembele will not perform in the Champions League. You can do what you want in Liga against Strasbourg, Stade Brestois, Stade Rennais, and all these teams. But when the eyes are looking at you in the Champions League, he's fumbling it over and over again, because he had 2 glorious chances in the one chance where he hit the crossbar. I can't remember who put in the cross. It might have been Hakimi. Can't remember exactly. Been watching too much football. But Dembele has to score that. You are wide open in front of the net. There's no defender around him. 3 yards out, and he hits the crossbar. Music to Barcelona's ears. Music, because they've seen this pattern over and over again. Barcola also had a couple really good chances. And then all PSV had was really one chance in the first half. Noah Lang, absolutely phenomenal goal. I don't know why Donnarumma didn't even try and attempt to dive for it. But Hakimi gets a goal. I feel like Benitez should have done better in PSV's net. But PSG are lacking a striker. They should have done everything in their power to sign Osimhen, right? If it costs 120 million, who cares? You guys have signed Gonzalo Ramos. You have signed Kolo Muani for ridiculous fees. Get Osimhen, because this team is just thriving. They move the ball so well. They have very good midfielders. Lee Kang-in, Barcola, Dembele, Hakimi, Nuno Mendes. They have all very good pieces. The one thing they are missing, specifically in the Champions League, is a striker. It doesn't matter whether it's against Arsenal, even against Girona. They got, fortunate because of Gazzaniga's crazy own goal. So when you actually look at PSG's performances in the Champions League so far, yeah, they're playing good football, but that clinical edge is severely lacking in this side. They got the 1-1 draw. Benitez made an incredible save at the end of the game against Marquinhos' header. And look, PSV didn't play their best game. They even had a good chance. I think it was Gustil, by the way, Gustil. Mierda. You are through on goal just round the goalkeeper and put it in the back of the net. And instead, he tried to do a FIFA sweaty goal and it completely backfired. Gustil should be fined a week, 3 weeks of salary for making that move. Just hit the back of the net, Gustil. And he doesn't. And PSG and PSV draw the points. And I'm telling you right now, PSG, I still think they will, of course, make it to the top 24. But they better be careful because we already know PSG got the hell of schedules. And if they're not careful, if they don't pick a couple more victories, it could get a little bit tight for PSG in this Champions League phase. Just saying. And PSV, they still don't got a victory. So they gotta fix up also. It's hard to feel. Yeah, I already read this. It's so refreshing to see PSG fans lose their minds. I've had to deal with this nonsense for 7 freaking years. Thank you, PSG, for allowing us to give Yamal a chance. Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Big up, Benz. How you doing? Remember, guys, subscribe to Football with Ends. Have a great stream, bro. Can't stay blessed up to the chat. Big up to you, bro. Yeah, remember, everybody, hit the like button if you haven't done so already. That's the most important thing to do as we keep on going. Every single game we review, people. Every single game. Yeah. I mean, when Michael's a genius, Michael's a genius. And Michael told you that Sporting would be dark horses this season in the Champions League, and I have them going to the quarterfinal. I don't care what anybody says. Sporting Club de Portugal will make it to the quarterfinal of the Champions League this season. I don't care who they face in the round of 16. Okay, maybe if it's Real Madrid or Barcelona, okay, maybe I'll forgive that. Or Man City, Liverpool, yeah. Then I don't really, maybe I will still give a chance to Sporting, but they just play good football. They're organized. And when they have a player like Victor Yerkeres, who should have still had a hat-trick in this game, by the way, he had a couple of really good chances, you're going to be a very dangerous team to go up against. That's why I am looking so forward to when Sporting, I think their next 2 games is hosting Arsenal and Man City. If Sporting can get a victory in one of those 2 games, watch out, people. Sporting then are the real deal. They just have a good organized side. You have Morten Hjulman. You obviously have Pedro Gonçalves. You have Catamo. You have a lot of good players. Inacio made a crazy block in this game at the back post where Sturm Graz could have equalized the game. They just got all the pieces, Sporting, to be, I'm not saying to win the Champions League or make it to the final, semifinal, but we always see like a dark horse side make it to the quarterfinal. Why not Sporting? Why not Sporting? We said that about Benfica a couple seasons ago. We always say it about Porto. This is now Sporting's time to make that deep run as the Portuguese side. And when you got a player like Victor Yerkeres, my God, the dude is just off the ball movement, with the ball, driving with the ball. He's just got all the aspects to be a phenomenal striker, and people need to respect Victor Yerkeres because he's going to be a 80 to 100 million euro transfer, not over the winter. I would not really see that happening, but next summer, he will be the hot name on a lot of clubs, and you already see Fabrizio doing his work. He's posting every time Victor Yerkeres scores a goal, he's posting about Victor Yerkeres every single time. So, yeah, Sporting fans, let me know your thoughts. Do you guys think you can make it to the quarterfinal, or do you want to wait after the Arsenal and Man City games to really give a good judgment about that? Because I'm really loving this side. And another team that absolutely were great was Stuttgart. Shout out to my Juventus fans. I do know I have a couple Juventus fans as subscribers. You guys got absolutely dominated, mollywopped, destroyed, taught a footballing lesson by Stuttgart, because Stuttgart put on a show. And yeah, this scoreline would say 1-0, and obviously Bilal Toure got the late goal. I think it was the 92nd minute, if memory serves me right. But Stuttgart should have won this game 3 or 4-0. The amount of chances they created, Demirovic hitting the post, Milot leveling, they were unbelievable in the game. Undav was also very good in the number 10 position. Sebastian Hoeneß, they've been sort of hot and cold as well in the Champions League. They obviously drew with Sparta Praha. They played a really good game against Real Madrid. They lost. And hot and cold in the Bundesliga. And I think it's down to injuries, losing a couple of key players. But Stuttgart are just such a fun team to watch. If you just want to watch for pure footballing vibes, Stuttgart is your team, because they're going to create chances. They're going to be frustrating to watch because of the amount of chances they waste. But when it's all clicking, Sebastian Hoeneß is a supremely good manager. You give this guy, if you give him Bayern's team, oh, Bayern are cooking. And I'm not saying Vincent Kompany is a terrible manager, but Sebastian Hoeneß is just showing to you, with not the greatest pieces in the world, he will turn them into magic. Because they absolutely dominate Juventus. Juventus didn't create anything in this game. Like, Conceição disappointing, Yildiz disappointing, Vlahovic disappointing. The midfield got absolutely overrun by Stuttgart. And I think it's just more praise about Stuttgart. People can talk about, oh, Juventus, you guys are overrated. You were never that good. No. I think that this game specifically is all about Stuttgart because they played a phenomenal game and they fully deserved. I was so happy to see them get a late winner because I think they played really well so far in the Champions League. Obviously, they drew at home to Sparta Praha, which you shouldn't really be doing compared to if you just compare the quality of the two sides. But Stuttgart, underrated team because what they are doing is nothing short of sensational. Toure, great goal. Obviously, Milot with a fantastic assist. And Toure almost effed it up. He took a bad control and then put in the back of the net. But got to give credit to Stuttgart. They get the victory and they move on, man. It wasn't pretty at times, but it's all that matters. Just getting that one goal to just edge yourselves over the line. And Stuttgart did that. Yep, they do. Arsenal were dumb, not buying anybody in the last transfer window. Well, they did buy Merino. They signed Calafiori. They signed Sterling, but they just needed that sort of difference maker in the attack. If you can get like, I don't know, Kivar or Rafael Leao or one of these guys, Grover from Lille, one of those players. But Arsenal, now people are sort of reflecting and just going back to that transfer window and saying, how good was it really? Well, I still think it was a good transfer window, but they're missing that sort of spark in attack. That's the biggest thing. Yep, he is the son of Uli Hoeneß. I think he's the son, yeah. You meant for Gyökeres? Yeah, Arsenal really should have went for Gyökeres. I don't know why they didn't go for him. He was the dude they should have went for. I am genuinely shocked at how well Stade Brestois are doing so far in the Champions League. I'm going to be honest. I did not expect them to have 7 points so far. Okay, yes, they've played some, let's say, weak opposition so far, but then they go up against Bayern Leverkusen and get a draw. Now, I'm with Xabi Alonso and saying that they got screwed over. They had 2 stonewall penalties in this game. Two. Not 1, 2. Because Les Melou, handball, 100% a handball. And then I don't know who tackled Jonas Hoffmann. That's a penalty. Bayer Leverkusen should be pissed off that they didn't get even one of those 2 stonewall penalties. Les Melou scored a great goal. Florian Wirtz also scored a great goal. But Stade Brestois are just... Maybe they're just the tough nut to crack so far this season. Because going away, destroying RB Salzburg. I think they beat Sturm Graz in the first game. They got 7 points. I would have never thought. This is their first ever European season, people. They don't have a crazy budget. They don't spend money like Marseille, Lyon, and obviously PSG. They don't spend money like that. They're a pretty, average club, right? And to do this so far is the stuff of legends for all of these players and Raw, the manager of the club. They are doing a marvelous thing, and they are really League On teams, and I'm going to talk about it when we look at the standings at the end of this video. They are cooking so far this season. They are. And Stade Brestois are doing magical things. But I would say they did get lucky in this game that they did not concede a penalty because Bayer Leverkusen had a couple really, just stonewall. Seriously, stonewall penalties. They didn't get it. And they move on. I feel like still Bayer Leverkusen are just... They're kind of sleepwalking this season. They're like, okay, yeah, we got the quality. Last season was magical. Are we really that team anymore? Defensively, I still don't trust them one bit. They got the attacking flair, but they don't know how to really piece it together. I think the biggest problem for them is their juju has worn off. That's the biggest problem for Bayer Leverkusen because they had everything go for them last year. They scored the crazy late goals. They were creating a lot of good chances. Frimpong and Grimaldo, I still think they're like this team is still quality, but just some little aspects in their play is not clicking at the moment. And they drew with Stade Brestois. Honestly, I'm shocked that Stade Brestois are doing this at the moment. And here's a crazy stat for you people. You ready for this? This is Celtic's first clean sheet in the Champions League since 2017. First clean sheet since 2017. They drew 0-0 with Atalanta. And this is exactly what Celtic needed. They got destroyed by Dortmund. What was it, 7-1? Yeah, 7-1 in the game. They needed to bounce back. Now, did they ride their luck in this game? Yes, because Pasalic had about a gazillion chances to score in the matchup, but didn't work out. Schmeichel made a couple really good saves. Celtic, they didn't really offer anything going forward, but I think Celtic fans will be like, we don't care. We just want to keep a clean sheet and get a point away. And to get a point away in Bergamo, that is amazing for Celtic. I told you when I was doing the predictions for the league table, if Celtic can get 10 to 12 points, that's enough to get you in the top 24. And if Celtic can make it to the top 24, that's a great achievement by Brendan Rodgers and this side. It really is. And getting a point away in Atalanta, they got the same scoreline as Arsenal. So Celtic, really good performance by them. Atalanta just really lacking some sort of clinical edge. You know, if it's not Retegi or Lukman getting the goal, who else is going to step up on this team? Pasalic, I said he should have scored a couple goals in the matchup, but great point for Celtic. And I would say that Atalanta, they still haven't conceded a goal this season in the Champions League, so that's a good sign, but just maybe lacking a little bit more firepower. I mean, what do you want me to say, people? What do you want me to say about this game? 5-0, 5-star. Haaland scored the most Jackie Chan Karate Kid volley I have ever seen. Not even Jackie Chan could do that volley by Haaland, the first goal that he scored from Savinho's cross. Nobody can do it because that was insanity by Erling Haaland. Absolute insanity. And yeah, look, Man City are going to roll past Sparta Praha. The gap in quality between the two teams is the Pacific Ocean. On the left side is Sparta Praha, and the right side is Manchester City. Just too wide of a gap between the two teams when it comes to pure quality, and it showed with a 5-0 scoreline. I only got to see the highlights of the game, and it was not pretty from Sparta Praha, even though Sparta Praha have been a very good team. Give me a second, people. Give me a second. All right, back, people. Some technical difficulties. All right, yeah, look. This is true. This is true. But Sparta Praha have proven to be a tough team so far in the Champions League, but the golfing quality is just vast, people. It's just obviously Man City are a top team, but when they're going up against Slovan Bratislava and Sparta Praha, can you take any sort of analysis from the game? No, you can't, because you expect Man City to win 2 or 3-0. I would expect the same thing from Liverpool. I would expect the same thing from Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Inter, because Sparta Praha just don't have the quality to go up against. Do you expect my Finnish midfielder, Kan Kajerinen, to go up against Man City? No way. But yeah, 5-0, easy victory. Easy victory for them. All right, what's next up? Oh boy. So we have gone to this game now. Give me a second, people, because that does not look correct. There we go. Oh man. Being at the game, Hansi Flick has created a monster. They are so good, Barcelona. The ball movement, the pressing, every aspect of the defensive high line is crazy. I don't know how sustainable that is, but when you just look at the way Barcelona play, it is magical. Every player is expressing themselves. Lamine Yamal is adopting and just sending players to retirement early. They're trying to find a retirement home right now. Alphonso Davies, Gnabry, Rafael Guerrero, whichever player that was trying to take down Lamine Yamal, they're all going to the retirement home right now because he sent them there. For a kid 17 years old to play the way he is, the confidence level, every time he got on the ball, every fan was just going crazy because they just know he is Showtime. He is now emerging as the Showtime Lakers, is Lamine Yamal. So he got an assist in this game, but for me, he was one of the best players. The most underrated player in this game was Casado. Casado was, this guy is 21 years old, doesn't really get a fair maybe assessment of his game, but Casado was unbelievable. Pedri, when he's playing at that level, he is the best midfielder in the world. Now, I just want to see it consistently from Pedri every single game, and I want to see it in the big moments of the Champions League. But Pedri was also phenomenal in this game. He was just toying with Kimmich and Palhinha. They couldn't touch him. They thought they just saw Jesus Christ with the way Pedri was playing. Nah, you're just seeing the kid from the Gran Canaria, and he was unbelievable. And Rafinha gets a hat trick, He gets a hat trick. I honestly have to say, Rafinha, if you want to say like most improved player, like they have in the NBA as an award, Rafinha would be winning that race right now. This season so far in the football season, he has just been unbelievable with his work rate. You can say what you want. Maybe he doesn't have the flair, the technical skill that you would say, oh my God, Brazilian. Maybe he's got the technical skill. No, but he is so effective. Goal, assist, and the pressing he does just starts everything for Barcelona. He is leading by example, being the captain. You really got to respect it for Rafinha because everybody wanted him sold. Don't tell me any Barcelona fan didn't want him sold. If you ask Barcelona fans over the summer, who would you take? Nico Williams or Rafinha? Oh, they would have all said Nico. Bring Nico. He's going to be the savior down the left side. Hansi Flick had other ideas. Obviously, Nico decided to stay at Atletico, but the way that Hansi Flick has just molded Rafinha into this player is just unbelievable coaching and also unbelievable mentality and desire from Rafinha himself. And he has been, has he been Barcelona's best player this season? I would say yes. Him, Jules Koundé, you could even throw Casado, Lamine Yamal, and obviously Lewandowski. But Rafinha, for me, has been the best player so far this season. And he is the most improved player in all of football right now. Unbelievable performance, gets the hat trick. The second goal was great, and Barcelona were phenomenal, and they exercised all the demons and the Bayern curse because that is their first victory over Bayern Munich since 2015. They have suffered 6 L's in a row. 6. But was this game more about Barcelona being amazing or Bayern Munich's defense? I mean, just shambles. A shambles. If you look at the structure of the team, it was horrendous. The amount of space they just allowed Rafinha, the amount of space they allowed Lamine Yamal, to Lewandowski, to whether it was Fermin Lopez or Pedri in the midfield, they just allowed them space. Bayern Munich could not do that because you're going to get punished. You don't get punished in the Bundesliga when you're going up against Holstein Kiel and you're dropping 6 goals against them. No, this is Barcelona. You can't allow that space. You have to press well as a team. They didn't press well as a team. They allowed all these Barca players who are full of confidence right now time and space on the ball, and they got punished. I'm going to blame more Upamecano and Kim Min-jae for this game, rather than maybe you can say what you want about Vincent Kompany's tactics, but the two center backs, Ampalinia and Kimmich, the core of this team, the spine of this team, Neuer, Kim Min-jae, Upamecano, Kimmich, and Paulinho all should pay for the away fans, their tickets. They should, because they were all horrible on the day. They just could not get close. They didn't know how to read the game. It just seemed like every movement was bypassing this team over and over again. And now I want to ask a very difficult question to you all. Right? Should Manuel Neuer soon retire? Should he soon retire? Because it's not just about yesterday, but overall Neuer this season hasn't been good. He just looks a little bit slow. He just looks a little still quality on the ball, and he'll give you like one or two great saves. But Manuel Neuer, his time might be up. This is really looking like Buffon at PSG. And I don't want to see Neuer go down that road where we saw Buffon at PSG just look horrible, and that wasn't Buffon. I don't want to see Neuer just keep making mistakes and looking more and more slow. Yesterday, he almost got penalized by being on the ball because Lamine Yamal was pressing like crazy, and he almost got conceded a crazy own goal. Manuel Neuer is a legend. I still won't say he should retire because I'm going to give him until the end of this Champions League phase. But wow, it ain't looking good for our boy Manuel Neuer. And he's everybody's boy. Manuel Neuer is one of the GOAT's goalkeeper. For me, he is the GOAT goalkeeper. I think he has revolutionized the position. He has had incredible performances. But the dude is 38 years old. 2 seasons ago, he broke his leg for skiing, and that basically got Julian Nagelsmann sacked. It's all gone, not really tits up, as they would say in England, for Manuel Neuer's career, but it's not going well right now. And I think you seriously have to consider, is it time to move on? The goalkeeper will bring the confidence, but it's just like Bayern Munich are leaning towards these older statesmen, the Mullers, the Kimmichs, the Neuers, and they're not moving on from these players. They need fresh legs immediately. Look at Barcelona. None of those players played in that game, in the 8-2 game. Who played in that 8-2 game for Bayern Munich? Neuer, Goretzka, Kimmich, Gnabry, Davis, Coman. They're all there still and playing some minutes for Bayern Munich. Whereas the whole Barcelona team switch up because they knew they need to revamp the team. And yeah, look, there's going to be question marks about Bayern Munich. And Bayern Munich are in a tricky situation, and we're going to talk about it soon. But I think this game was so much more about Barcelona being phenomenal. They were so good on the day, and they taught Bayern Munich a footballing lesson. Not many people would have said that at the beginning of the season. Castro is underrated and deserves to be in the top 15 CDM this season. Woof. Eesh. Company needs to figure out his defensive shape. Kim Min-jae and Upamecano aren't that bad. I don't think they're that bad either. Castro is like Kante and Kimmich. He has extra lungs to cover the big amount of pitch and passing efficiency of Kimmich. I would agree. Dude, his off-the-ball movement and his tackling yesterday was the biggest standout to me for Castro. He was great. This match summed up in simple terms. Batman giving a wedgie to the Penguin. Wow. That is a great way to sum it up. Nico Williams is good in take on, but he won't put the hard work and effort like Rafinha for the badge. For the badge. I don't know. I think it's company in the spine. Yep. If things don't improve, Neuer has to retire at the end of the season. It's so sad to say. Bayern needs a revamp. Sané and Gnabry are also finished. I want to say, I actually thought Gnabry was pretty good yesterday. I don't think he's finished. Sané, yeah, that's a different story. And we already knew that too. Liverpool get a victory though. That's good. And it was another Arne Slot sort of defensive masterclass. Liverpool, where would you rank Liverpool's defense this season so far in Europe? Would you rank it top 3, top 5. Where would you rank Liverpool defensively? Yes, they're going to concede chances because RB Leipzig have a lot of quality going forward with Šeško, Antonio Nusa, obviously Javi Simmons, Lois Openda. Lois Openda being offside for 2 goals yesterday. Very fortunate for Liverpool. But Liverpool get away with the victory, and it's another 1-0 win. They're just Kelleher. That's why when Alisson, the most injury-prone goalkeeper of my lifetime, I don't know another goalkeeper that's been this injury-prone. I don't care because Kelleher is a very good goalkeeper, and he's just brings the confidence as well. And Liverpool, they get the victory. Salah would have scored that header, but Darwin just said, I need confidence. Bro, like D'Angelo Russell, I need the confidence right now. Give it to me right now. Darwin needed it. And that's a good thing for Darwin because Jota's injured and we don't know when he's going to be back. And Liverpool, they controlled the game. That's the one thing I really like about Liverpool. I have gone through 8 years of Klopp ball where it's just madness. And I love it as well. If you're neutral, you really love it. But sometimes for a Liverpool fan, it was just too chaotic. It was like Limp Bizkit song. Just rolling. What? Just rolling. What? That was basically Klopp ball. Sometimes it was rolling good, and sometimes it was rolling bad. And now it's a bit more like Picasso, a little bit just easy, a beautiful artwork. That's what I want to see from Liverpool, and that's what I've been getting so far. They could have scored a couple goals. I mean, obviously, what's his name? McAllister hit the crossbar, and a couple other players. They just needed some better touches and a better finishing, and Liverpool could have had a more comfortable win. And I don't think this narrative of Liverpool are boring is there. No, Liverpool's still playing good football and they're creating chances. They're just not converting the chances at the moment. And yeah, I don't like some fans will say, oh, where's the spine tingling, crazy pressing game? And it's all open and we want to see 3-4-5-3. Sometimes that's sustainable and sometimes it isn't. This is a better approach from Liverpool, and I'm liking it. And for RB Leipzig, they're not looking good, though. They got 3 L's. Leipzig. They've obviously faced Atletico away, Juventus at home, and Liverpool at home. But RB Leipzig, they're going to be in trouble. They might not make the top 24. We'll talk about it soon. I think both, Kuler. I think both. He's a good manager, but the tactics, they're working perfectly right now. Sane has been overrated. Nah, not his entire career. Let's not forget what Sane was doing 17, 18, 19 season for Man City. He was unbelievable. Maybe now, yes. Career, no. Midfielders top 3, minimum 5, top 5 defensively for Liverpool this season. Europe, agreed. Top 3, maybe only Inter and Arsenal fully fit are probably better. Yeah, I would agree. Yep. Okay, well, Jeff, if you lose the next live stream I do, you donate $50. Deal? Deal. Javi Simmons is extremely overrated. That is very much a lie. He is definitely not overrated. If he just had a bad game yesterday, does not mean he's overrated. See, if you don't watch players like on a consistent basis and you just base it off one game, you would tell me Rafael Leao is the most overrated player of all time. But no, that's not how football works, and that's not how other channels can do that, right? Other footballing channels, podcasts, or whatever, they can overreact and say after one game, oh, this player, garbage. Throw him in the bin, should never be a professional. You have to just watch them on a consistent basis and just say, okay, today it wasn't his day, right? Some fans of other clubs, like an Inter or Stade Brestois fan, they would watch Liverpool and they would say, oh my God, Dominic Szoboszlai is extremely overrated. Or they would say Cody Gakpo is extremely overrated. No. That's not how it works. If you just don't watch the player on a consistent basis, just say it. Just say it. And just say yesterday, I didn't like the way he played. I don't know what the hoopla is about. Come on, man. He is good. I don't get it. Yeah, the Gegenpressing is done now. Javi Simmons, Rafael Leao would cook at Liverpool. Oh, they would. Javi Simmons would cook. Oh, I would. If you're asking me, Javi Simmons or Szoboszlai, Javi Simmons all day. If I win, you wear an Everton jersey. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jeff, if you send the Everton jersey, I'll wear it. I'm not gonna go buy one. Jeff, you bastard. But Jeff, if you buy the Everton jersey, I'll wear it. But the Liverpool win, I need to see that $50 ASAP. The stream should not even start. You should donate it before the stream. That's how it should be. Laporta and Deco letting go of Gundo was a dub. Yeah, he looks. Yeah, he definitely would have not worked in this system for Flick. That is for sure. I would agree with that. Okay, this is a result not many would have imagined to be possible, but Lille stunned Madrid. Not just Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. So now we're going to have Lille, Madrid. They own Madrid. They do. They are the kings and queens and princesses of Madrid at the moment. Because they go away to the Wanda and get a victory. What?
That is blasphemous.
Here's you, Skill.
Okay. I have nothing to toast you with.
Woo! Woo! Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Unbelievable. But watching the highlights, I was not able to watch the game. Just watching on the highlights, Sorloth should have won this game for Atletico. They take the 1-0 victory, 1-0 lead, excuse me. Alvarez, great goal. But Sorloth had about 3, 4, maybe even 5 good chances to get a second goal for Atletico. And the problem is when you don't get the clinicalness of Sorloth, and I always say this with Sorloth, he's very much a hot and cold player. Gives you the good moments and gives you the bad moments. And we saw a very bad Sorloth yesterday, and it cost Atletico. Now Atletico are in big trouble here. The penalty they conceded was a bogus penalty. Never a penalty. If you think that's a penalty, I don't know what to tell you. So Leo benefited from it. Then the Canadian Jonathan David gets a 2-piece with fries and dunks on Atletico. Zegrova with a great goal, even though maybe it was more of a Jimenez own goal. Lille are doing a madness. I cannot believe they went away to the Wanda and won a game. The fact that Zegrova and Jonathan David didn't even start the game. People. They came off the bench. And it's just remarkable. They had a great defensive performance against Real Madrid. Then they go away to the Wanda and score 3 goals. Ligue 1 teams. We're going to talk about them in a minute. They're cooking, man. They are cooking the greatest chocolate croissant in the world. Unbelievable from Lille. But I think that's more of because Sorloth wasn't clinical. Griezmann had a great chance as well from the back post. Alvarez's cross. If Griezmann just has a better connection with his right foot, it would have been a goal for Atletico. So Atletico, they have nobody to blame themselves. Yeah, you can talk about the referee as well because the bogus penalty. But my God, Atleti, you got to step up. Now it's going to get squeaky bum time for Atleti. Very much squeaky bum time because they are in trouble. But yeah, shout out to Leo, man. What a victory for them. Is this the biggest surprise of this week, people? Is this the biggest surprise? Put a 1 if you agree. Put a 2 if you disagree. Shagrova showing he's definitely getting a big move. Yeah, he's quality, man. He's such a quality player. Put respect on David's name. Jeff, you pussied out. I don't know what to tell, man. I don't know what to say. Leo owned both clubs. Lille. We have to get Jonathan David for free next summer. He will fit in. Oh, yeah, he would fit in the glove in that system. Leo owned the keys to Madrid. They do. Damn, David is free next summer. Yes, he is. Michael, judging by the way Barcelona play, should Mbappe have joined them instead? Ooh. Maybe. You want to go to the city of Madrid? You must first go to the city of Lille, France, to get permission to use the entire keys to Madrid. You need to get the keys to the Wanda. Then you need to first you need to get the keys for the Santiago Bernabeu. Then you need to go back to Lille and ask them for the keys to the Wanda. And then Lille can say, here's the city. Because they ain't going to give it up anytime soon. They're going to build a fortress, build a, oh my God, what's the thing around a castle, the water thing? Oh my God, why am I missing the name in English? what's the name in English? Somebody will remind me. Shout out to Jonathan David. Yep. We've been shit due to our injuries. I would agree with that for Arsenal. Yeah, I would agree. Ay. What is the thing called? Oh my God, around the castle, people. The waterfront around the castle. There's a specific word for it. Why am I messing it up? Moat. That's it. Moat. Thank you, Anthony. Moat. They're building a moat around the city of Madrid. They're building a castle. They're building all the fortress possible because Lille own that city. Unbelievable. Yeah, we already talked about it. Man. We talk about every single game here. Okay, Pep Linders might be a terrible manager. A great assistant manager, terrible manager. Because if you look at RB Salzburg's form recently in the Austrian Bundesliga, they got destroyed 5-0 by Sturm Graz. And they're losing every single game in the Champions League. They haven't scored a single goal in the Champions League, and I think they got now a -9 goal difference. And they've lost to Dinamo Zagreb, they've lost to Sparta Praha, and they've lost to Stade Brestois. Pep Linders might be done, and he will never get another job possibly because it ain't going good. You thought, okay, good, maybe it will be better from RB Salzburg this season after losing the Austrian Bundesliga for the first time in a long time last year. It's gotten worse, actually, which is incredible. It got worse for them. But Dinamo Zagreb, they got dismantled by Bayern Munich 9-2. Arguably one of the most embarrassing nights for a club in Champions League history. But Nenad Bielsa, his first game was against AS Monaco in the Champions League. Now, after 2 games in the Champions League with him as manager, they got 4 points. Just shows you, sometimes coaching can make a difference. And Schlager, with one of the most stupidest red cards I have seen, the goalkeeper for RB Salzburg, doesn't need to do that. And it was a good performance again from Dinamo Zagreb. And they have been performing well under this new manager. And heck, Dinamo could be a surprise. But RB Salzburg are just a horrendous team. They are so bad. It don't matter if it's Jurgen Klopp as manager. This team is terrible. They're terrible. So shout out to Dinamo Zagreb. Great victory, and they're putting themselves in a very good position. And there's a crazy narrative that we're going to talk about very soon when it comes to the standings. At least Inter, they got the victory, but they didn't look good. And Young Boys, I think it's just the field. When you're going from natural turf and you just feel the lushness and you're allergic to it, like maybe Balotelli is, and then you go to artificial turf, it's terrible. Like the contrast on playing on those 2 different surfaces is vast. But Young Boys were creating a lot of chances in this game. Sommer had to make a couple really good saves, or it's Young Boys that were not looking great either. And yeah, AD, obviously Inter did rotate a lot because they got the matchup against Juventus over the weekend coming up. And obviously they started the likes of Taremi, Carlos Augusto, Arnautovic, who missed a penalty, terrible penalty from him. But when you got the quality off the bench with a Thuram, Di Marco, Lautaro, gonna make a difference eventually. Di Marco's cross into Thuram, 1-0. Inter won't care. They'll forget about this performance, just like Arsenal. Doesn't matter how you perform, just get the win and move on. And Inter, yeah, they still have kept 3 clean sheets against Man City, Crvena, Zvezda, and Young Boys. Nothing to really go crazy about, but still good from Inzaghi's side. Maybe you would expect a better performance, but take it nonetheless. They get the win, and that's the most important thing. But they could play a whole lot better. Now, if you do follow me on the socials, people, by the way, if you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, remember to follow me on all that stuff. Link description down below. I did say Feyenoord's performance against Bayer Leverkusen when they lost 4-0 was one of the most embarrassing halves I've ever seen from a team. In the first half, especially when they were 4-0 down. Since then, Priske's side are cooking. I think they dropped 1 point in the Eredivisie, but the Champions League, oh wait, the gears are going. We've gone to first gear, we're going to second gear, we're going to third gear, and now it's up to 5th and 6th gear, people, because Feyenoord go away, and this is all without Santiago Jimenez. Ueda stepped. But this kid, Milambo, I think he is the youngest player in Feyenoord history to make an appearance for the team. I think it was 16 years old and something else there. I think it was like 16 years old and 132 days. He's the youngest to ever make an appearance. But wow, he's now 19 years old, got 2 goals in the game. He's been cooking recently for Feyenoord. But Feyenoord, they just got a really good sort of blend when it comes to their team, because they got the Timber, they got Hwang In-beom, was a great signing from obviously Crvena Zvezda, and then you got Milambo, who's really stepping up for this side. The 3 in the midfield, they're cooking. Obviously, Benfica can feel a little bit disappointed. I don't think they, judging by the highlights, and I obviously couldn't watch the game, people, judging by the highlights, it seemed like they created a lot of good chances. Di Maria from the set pieces, Alexander Ba, I don't know how you missed that header. How Alexander Ba missed that header is beyond me, because that was just point blank right there. And yeah, Oktokoglu gets a goal. The guy's still cooking for them. But it's just, this is more about Feyenoord, man. They are now rolling. Obviously, maybe the first initial minutes under Brugge, it was a bit like, not looking the greatest. They're kind of missing their daddy out in the slot. But hey, now Brugge is cooking with this side, and this team are cooking at the moment. They are looking really good. The ball movement is better. Ueda, Santi who? Santi que? Santi who? ¿Dónde está Santi? No necesita Santi. We got Ueda and Trauner. I really like Feyenoord. I think they got a lot of good pieces. They just didn't really click at the beginning of the season. And for Benfica, it's their first loss under Bruno Lage since he returned. And I wouldn't say, and I see some people are saying they're done and they really fell off. I don't think Benfica really fell off. I think they just kind of got unlucky in this game. They created enough good chances. They just weren't clinical. Pavlidis, I'm still hesitant on the guy. But the biggest question I want to ask to Benfica fans, and I've seen a little bit of this rhetoric, is that should Di Maria be starting? You guys answer that in the comments down below if you're a Benfica fan. Should Di Maria still be starting, or would he be better as an impact sub? I want to hear your thoughts, but a great victory for Feyenoord. They have played some decent football this season. I was really disappointed about them when it comes to the first game against Bayer Leverkusen, but now they're looking good. Let's see. Maybe they can pose a threat to other teams out there. Now, let's get to the standings of the champions. Well. Okay, let's kind of break this down this way, people. Remember to hit the like button if you haven't done so already. We're at 32 likes. We can get up to 40 likes. I know we can do better than that. And subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Yeah, he would be better coming off the bench. I would agree. One thing for Benfica fans. Beste, please. Can he start? Just put Beste left side. Put Oktokoglu on the right side. And there we go. Cool. Then Benfica are cooking. But let's see for them. Okay, I'm going to break this down here when it comes to the standings. We're now playing 3 match days. We still got 5 to go. Slovan Bratislava are done. Young Boys are done. RB Salzburg are done. Crvena Zvezda are done. Sturm Graz are done. Shakhtar are done. So 7 teams, I don't give them any chance of getting into the top 24. No chance. Now, there's a couple clubs that are in a little bit of trouble here. Milan, Atleti, Leipzig, and PSV all are out of the top 24. If you had to pick one of those teams that wouldn't make it out of that would be missing out on the top 24, which one of those teams would it be? Would it be Milan, Atleti, PSV, or Leipzig? Let me know your prediction in the chat right now or in the comments down below if you're watching a replay, because I would lean towards Leipzig. I still think PSV got a somewhat difficult schedule, if memory serves me right. But Leipzig could be in significant trouble. Also, Milan, they got a tough schedule, if memory serves me right. I think their next game is against Real Madrid. Now, the craziest narrative about this league phase so far is that Dinamo lost to Bayern Munich 9-2. And now are ahead of Bayern Munich. Football is the funniest sport in the world. How do you lose to a team 9-2, but now are ahead of them? Only in this new format of the Champions League can you see that. Because wow, Dinamo have risen from the ashes. Sparta Praha are doing well. Celtic, I did predict Celtic to make it to the top 24. It's looking good so far. I did predict Benfica would miss out on the top 24. They're still in a good position, obviously, after their first 2 victories. Dortmund are out of the top 8, excuse me. So are Barcelona. So are Arsenal at the moment. And the top 8, you got Sporting. I still think Sporting can make it. Can Sporting make it to the top 8? Maybe. I think Inter, they're good there. Leverkusen, they should be maybe okay there. The craziest thing is we have Stade Brestois, Monaco, Lille, 3 Ligue 1 teams in the top 15, and none of them are PSG. Ligue 1 teams are cooking right now. Some of them have a good philosophy. Monaco, very strong. They rely on the youngsters. They have a very good attack. Stade Brestois is very much, they've been fortunate with their schedule so far, Stade Brestois, in my opinion, other than Leverkusen. But Lille are the biggest surprises. Lille are really putting the biggest respect on Ligue 1 teams. But the fact that 3 Ligue 1 teams are in the top 15 and none of them are PSG is the most staggering thing possible. And PSG are going to be in big trouble. They got a crazy schedule still to go. I still think they're playing Bayern Munich. I think they were playing another tough team. I can't remember who. It may have been Man City or somebody else. PSG could be in trouble. Remember, on the first match day against Girona, they only got the victory because Gazzaniga conceded that crazy own goal. But shout out to the other Ligue 1 teams. The Stade Brestois, Monaco, and Lille are really performing so far in the Champions League for Ligue 1 teams. And the top 3 are Liverpool, Man City, and Aston Villa. 3 Premier League teams. Oh, no, man. I don't want to see Premier League fanboys just saying, oh, look at our league. It's the best in the world. You can really judge the leagues when it comes to the knockout round. Now, I think Man City have been fortunate with their schedule. Liverpool, good wins. Aston Villa, very impressive. Very, very impressed by them. Chat, which team is in the biggest trouble right now when it comes to these standings? Let me know your thoughts in the chat. And who really impressed you so far in the first 3 match days? For me, it's Lille and it's also Stade Brestois. Those 2 teams have really impressed me. And hey, who's the biggest winner of this week? Is it Barcelona or is it Vinny? Is it Rafinha? Is it an individual player? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Wow. Yeah, bro. My homeboy kept telling me for time, bro. Milombo is up-and-coming baller from Charlos, going to Feyenoord, and now he's cooking Feyenoord. Always have ballers in the youth system. Yeah, he's really, really cooking right now. Whew. Milombo's cooking. Screw you, Jeff. Jeff, who's your Finnish team? Then we can talk. Screw you. So Leipzig's in trouble. Yeah, I feel like Leipzig are in big trouble, man. They should have never lost that game against Juventus. That game against Juventus was the killer for them. Monaco are superb. Love Aki Luce, Ben Seguir, and Wilfred Zingo. Yeah, Zingo, I remember watching him at the AFCON with Ivory Coast. Baller. Absolute physical beast. Very good on the ball, and he scored a ridiculous goal this week. Villa impressed. Yep, I would agree. Aston Villa have been an amazing team so far. I think Leipzig's in trouble. Oh, Simmons picked up an injury. Do we think okay, I'm going to look at Bayern Munich's schedule. If Bayern Munich are in trouble, then this Champions League format is goated. I'm going to say that right now. This Champions League format is goated if that's the case. Let me look at their schedule quickly before we head out of here. Give me a second, people. Okay, Champions League, Bayern Munich, they have got... Okay, people. Bayern Munich have got 3 home games. They got Benfica, then they got PSG. They go away to Shakhtar, which is in Gelsenkirchen, which is basically a home game for Bayern Munich. They go away to Feyenoord. And then their last game is Slovan Bratislava. I think Bayern Munich are okay. If Bayern Munich don't make it to the top 24, bro, every player, every manager, every board member, every fan must liquidate the team ASAP, because that would be disgraceful. Really, really disgraceful. You are a bastard. I'm happy that Feyenoord is playing very good in Europe compared to the Eredivisie. If they get to the playoff, I will be impressed. I mean, yeah, I would agree. You would probably say that at the beginning of the season, honestly, that Feyenoord were a little bit not really going with Priske's sort of tactics and not really developing after Arne Slot left. But recently, Priske and this side are cooking. They're cooking big time. And, Eredivisie needs some respect because Liga Portugal is doing well. Ligue 1 is doing well. Eredivisie, don't fall behind. Don't fall behind, people. But everybody, there is the review for match day 3. Remember to go check out the obviously individual videos I did for my match reactions for the Dortmund and Real Madrid game and also the Barcelona and Bayern Munich game. Go check out those reactions, people. And obviously, we will be back here for match day 4 recap. Let me know your thoughts if you like this more as a live content or if you guys like it more pre-recorded content. Always want to hear your feedback as you guys are very much supporting the channel. But the most important thing is, oh my God, the most important thing is you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Remember to follow me on all the socials. Join the Discord where we talk about all sorts of stuff, footballing-wise, on there. But have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy one. And until next time, adios, people.